Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Swastika, and in case you all are new here, please don't forget to subscribe. So in this video, I will be discussing with you some of the things that admission officers look at or look for in a student's profile while selecting them for the respective colleges. Please keep in mind that this is strictly for US admissions, which requires you to have a good grade as well as give written essays such as Common App essay and other supplement questions and so on and so forth. However, before we discuss or talk about how we write a good essay, we will first look into the different aspects or the metric of evaluation that the US admission officers look for in a student's profile. This is what is called a Harvard framework, and it is ranked from 1 to 6, which means that in case you get the rank 1, it means that you are exceptionally gifted. Whereas if you get number 6, it means that you are not that great. Obviously then, the number 3 means that you are average. Now the question arises, what is it that the Harvard framework is actually evaluating about a student's profile? And to answer that very simply, it looks at 3 different aspects. The first is going to be your academics. The second is going to be the extra co-curricular activities that a student is indulging in. And the third is going to be the personal, characteristics of the student. How do we understand how, these things are ranked? So for example, when we look at the academic excellence of a student or his academic involvement, we generally look at his class grades and transcripts and his CGPA to see how he was doing. And sometimes even the SAT score gets taken into consideration, whereas in some other cases there is affirmative, in the cases of affirmative action, or if a student is coming from a relatively disadvantaged place, the SAT scores might get discounted. So this is what it means to have a good academic score. And of course, if you have original publications or you have original research work, then the framework would be more inclined to give you a number 1 in the academic aspect of your profile. So that's the first thing that a US admission officer sort of looks for. The second thing that we are going to talk about is going to be your involvement in extra co-curricular activities. And this means that what are the different things that you are getting involved in. Are you somebody who actively takes part in sports, actively has shown the qualities of leadership and commitment in their activities, or if you're part of any club or volunteer group, so on and so forth. Of course, there is an ongoing debate between the depth and the breadth of a student's profile, and that is also how sometimes the metric of evaluation is for the admissions officers. It might mean that if you're very good, for example, if you've played Olympics, that means that you've shown great depth in just a single field of sports. On the other hand, if you're somebody who's involved in like the multiple clubs, volunteer groups and sports, it means you have more breadth, right? You've worked across a wider spectrum. So that's what the second thing is, which is the extra co-curricular activities. The third thing that admissions officers look for is going to be your personal qualities, which means that are you somebody who is intellectually curious? Is the value system that you have, aligned well with the university values? For example, Harvard University sort of looks for grit in students, and if this is something which is getting shown across your profile very comfortably or very well, then that would be a great positive, because that would be in alignment with Harvard's value system. Similarly, if it's intellectual vitality or intellectual curiosity, then, and if you're a student who is greatly showing that characteristic, it might be something which is in line with Stanford, right? So this is something that they look for. They also look for characteristics like resilience and motivation and that sort of thing. So you have to, be wary and try to show how you can, go across these three things. Of course, most students get like a 2 in their personal, get a 3 in their academics, and get a 3 in their like extra co-curricular activities. The students who fall above that metric are generally considered better or more, intelligent or than the average student. Of course, you know how the admissions officers also look at your essays, which is your common app essay, and your supplements, which is basically answering questions like why have you chosen this particular major, why have you picked this particular college, so on and so forth. And this is something that they look for. They also look for letter of recommendations, if you can get them from your teachers, mentors, or people you've been doing your research work with. And they also want to look at they also want to look at your alignment with the college's values and the potential impact that you can have for your own community. So for example, if you are applying to a US college, it will be great if you can show how actively involved you are in your community in India. A student from Kanpur will have who's actively involved in his community. For example, he's doing something to break down the stigma around mental health, or trying to do something to elevate women in distress or women in rural India, or doing something along those lines. Then that would be considered a great thing, and would be would mean that the work that he's doing or she's doing is potentially impactful. So wherever you're involved, be it your community or academics or extracurriculars, if you've shown the skill of like leadership and taking ownership, that's again going to be considered a great plus. The next thing that the admissions officer sort of look for is the hooks and the baskets that a student falls into. So a basket would be the general way of looking at things. For example, we would try to understand the nationality the student is coming from, if he's from a small town or a big city, what his gender is, what is his alignment, what are the like his ethnicity, his religion, how has or if he's from a minority group or stuff like that. And out of those baskets, once we figure out what that is, for example, the most common basket is the male STEM US applicant who wants to get into engineering and stuff. So it's very difficult to find hooks in that sort of profile, because you want to sort of make it interesting. So the hook that we would be looking for would be, in this case, would be, for example, if the student is a male STEM applicant and he's also somebody who's interested in theater, or who's done something which is anti-stereotypical to the established norm, then that would be sort of interesting. For example, a woman in STEM. Now that is an anti-stereotype, and that is like a hook which can make the profile interesting. And if that is something that the AO sees in your profile, then they would want to like go in for it, right? So yeah, I think that's that. And of course, the US system is very different from the Indian system, and they think that it's very cool if you have like tattoos and piercings, and if you're like highly individualistic and highly involved in your community, doing volunteer work and all that sort of stuff. So all of that, having individualism and being individualistic is also considered a good thing, as long as it does not lie in conflict with the communitarian values. So yeah, that's the thing. I hope this session was useful for you. If it was, please don't forget to subscribe, and like and share with your friends, so I can keep making cool content for you all.